It is warmer here than it is in Alameda. Now that's weird. And I don't have sunscreen on my arms, so I can't take my jacket off. Hello, Pebbles. How are you today? I am just sitting here looking down little bitty cute streets, hopefully hoping to see much dogs, looking at the weirdo Waymos. Let's see. You even have fancy little these premises protected by video surveillance. That's not plastic. Well, this was the Wayward Row. I don't think it necessarily is anymore. So, oh, and they're putting in a dentist office right here. Maybe I should try them. I haven't been able to find one after we moved, and I didn't like my old one. I think she was only in it for the money. So, and I've got to get my teeth whitened at least, but I have freaking gaps I'm not amused with. I had perfect teeth about 10 years ago. That's what I was trying to do, is fix them. All they kept doing was making a ton of money off of me. So, hell, I didn't even go to the dentist for the first time until I was 25. That's when I had my freaking wisdom teeth taken out, and then they bother me again for another 15 years. So, let's see, is there anybody coming? Had one relation nightmare taken care of today, which was good because now I'm in a half decent mood instead of wanting to stay at home and hide. Oh, let's just say hello. Do we see anybody?
Hi, Queen. Hi, sitting. Queen and sitting. And Pup.
Oh, hi guys. Hi, Tuki. I haven't found my puppy yet. Hi, Pup. Oh, we're dropping an idea. Maybe I can get Eddie to do it on the way home, or Papa Cat.
Yeah, who?
We have to bring a love seat from
Betty.
From one of the Carolinas to here, and we haven't been able to find like a cargo company yet, so he might actually drive it back in a van. And I said he had to at least stop in Elko to see the niece, goddaughter, mine, whatever you want to call it. And wow, we could do that with you too. Oh look, they're all dressed in normal clothes. I'm just gonna sit here and, you know, see who they are, see if anybody looks familiar. As far as I can go, as far as I can go. I wish I could get a gimbal, or if I wish I could get Prism to use the gimbal's settings, because the gimbal has really cool settings. Oh, and we're not giving anybody, they're really in normal clothes. What are they up to? That's interesting. Ooh. So they're dressing everybody up in little people's clothes. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you wish you were doing something other than this? Now they're dressing you up in regular people's clothes so you can go out and hand out tickets and being really polite while you do it. I think your trigger phrase is probably, what is this for? And then you start telling them about something that doesn't exist. Isn't that the way to do it? You know, you can get out of there really easily and come and join a normal life and have a normal life and do things you'd like to really do because you really think they're important, and not because you have to do them because some man who wants all the money in the world wants you to make more money for him every day you possibly can. It's not the way to go through organizations or life. Usually you get some kind of reward, and not being enlightened in this whole thing is not a reward because you have to pay for it. Freaks. So let's see. Hap Grimmer, my cat, sitting on defense. Hello. Sean Carrie Ann. Oh my God, everybody must be bored to tears today. I love it.
That door is open.
It's open? Oh my God, what, they didn't expect me here? They don't know my days off. And my Mondays might actually come back to here for a little while because my new Monday person is totally into the anti-Scientology thing. So I think she's probably going to want to see me protest here first. And I should warn them too, because she really, really has the soft spot for me, and she's a big, scary woman. So it's like, yeah, I'll be going, don't do anything. It's like, if they want to like hassle me online, I'll be just like, I can't stop her. She's a human. So, are you coming on later, Carrie? No face coincidence. Oh my God, it's gonna be Jad jokes today, isn't it? Yes, they're pretending to be busy, and he wants people to see it. So I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Can you see it? He's not saying anything. I put my cough drop in late. Can you see it? You said you wanted to show off my bow.
Oh.
He didn't even know what I was doing.
Paying attention.
Let me see. Okay. Wait a second. Oh, I see. Okay. He wanted me to show this off. And I hate it when he turns the camera on me, so you get to see it this way. Ooh, it like hides my face. Hee. So that's it. Did you see it?
Yes.
He's thinking about something else completely, because he didn't even acknowledge the second time. So, okay, I don't stand in front of the doors. I can stand over here. We can look around and stuff. And tell them, do you know IAS event? Ooh, what's that? Let's go in and see where that is. I'm too high. Okay, that's where we are. So, is that so? And they're not closing the door. I don't think they realize it's me, do they? Good! Good! Cool. You know, that door's supposed to be open too. You do understand that, right? You're violating fire laws by keeping that one closed. We're going to complain again. So you should unlock that one. You know that, right? Nope, you don't. You don't care. Too bad, because that's not what broke down all the buildings in the earthquake. The fire is what brought down all the buildings in 1906. And anybody who's a native to San Francisco can tell you that. So that's why they're so weird about their fire laws. So you guys should figure out a way to unlock that door, because it's illegal. Oh, and so you kept your door open too. Okay, let's see. What else can I say today? If you leave the club will not fall apart. You will not get pneumonia and die. Nobody gets pneumonia and die unless it's connected to COVID. And COVID doesn't run around rampant anymore. So, and you have, I want to say at least 3 award hospitals within walking distance of here. So, you won't get pneumonia and die. This will not collapse. People, you wouldn't even have to tell people. It's not like you have a brand or a tattoo or something that says you used to be in here. You act normally enough that people wouldn't even tell that you were in a cult. So, let's see, what else? You can get your credit in order again. And get your credit cards fixed and find out what you own that you don't know. I mean, hell, this club is so bad that you may own property and not know it. So if I was in it for a long period of time and wanted to get out, I'd definitely look up my own name, phone number, social security. God, I hope you have a social security card. And then go find it in People Search or something to find out what you own and what you owe. Those websites will help you. It'll cost about $35, or they give you trials and you just get out of the trials before the week ends, and you won't be able to like keep it, but you can always make screenshots of it. So isn't that what you want to do, is find out how much you exist in the real world versus how much you exist in Scientology? Papa Cat was telling me I need to come out. So at least you're putting an effort into the doors now, because you know they're not supposed to turn green. You should put an effort into what they call the sun side of the building, because those places are chipping and falling apart. And you're not supposed to do that, because you're supposed to keep the building up to the standards that you bought it. So if the marble veneer was missing when you bought it, you don't have to replace it. But I'm sure it was freshly painted when you first moved in, because you're rotting the windows. And we have ugly winters. You might want to repaint those windows so they don't fall out, because sometimes California is so weird, they'd make you find the right glass to replace it with. So, and if it didn't match, they'd probably make you fix all of the glass. So, because that's a historical building you're messing with. So you need to get that door fixed. Did we report yet, or did we keep forgetting? We keep forgetting. Tonight, we're going to report you again. We're going to make sure that eventually the people who live in San Francisco who are lurkers are going to report too, please. And to make sure that door works, because these are the only 2 doors, people. The boombox on yet? I don't hear it. Freaks. There's a boombox. I know you can't play Taylor Swift anymore because you're trying to get her into your cult. That's what Tom Cruise says. Oh, God. Hi, Robert James. Hi, Victoria. No. I'm just saying hi to people because I like to. Let's see. Sitting. I still have to make a video for you. Tuki. Carrie Ann. Oh, not sure yet. Okay, cool. It's like, I sound like such a brat. Can you send me a text? I can't believe I forgot you. I was so looking forward to you yesterday. I love hanging around on her channel is so cool, because it's so like safe and quiet and stuff. So 1910, after the earthquake, except they're just not taking care of them. And I hope no kids and displaced people are taking paint off them. That's not what we want to do. That's not what we want to prove a point. But our winters have been really weird with lots of wind. The bar is open. It's the weekend. You could have started at brunch, babe. So, let's see.
Yeah, I walked in there and they just tried to...
Yeah, Zeno's back and coming for them. Zeno's only 12 though. He's just playing with us. And Zeno's daddy, which is Davey Mismanage, he talks to Zeno occasionally, tells him to stop. I know. It's like my eyes are, it feels like everything's slightly dull, but not, only like chats. Yes, some are, but weirdly enough, the ones that's the landmark, registered landmark. Weird things, if you look up on Google and look up San Francisco earthquake fire, actually 1906 San Francisco earthquake fire, because it happened in 89. It happened in 89 too, where there was a fire and an earthquake. You'll see things like the brand new city hall that was just built, and all that's left is like the skeleton and the dome. So, yes, for my people who are everywhere. Let's see, how far back have I gotten now? No creepy fountains today? What other creepy fountains? Oh, that was Monday. That was a Monday. And I have a new Monday person, so we'll be going different places. Yes, they're pretending to be busy. They're always at that, they're always at that desk in the back. You don't see them anywhere else. It's so weird. And usually they're like, it sort of comes where there's one person, but I usually start yelling. It's only been recently that I just start coming in and zooming in for people to see faces. Oh, they had that up on 4th, which was open house, all welcome. And that's when I said, no, you don't welcome these people, and you don't welcome these people, and I can't get it to focus. There we go. Aha, there we go. Brain fog is real. Don't know what I was talking about. He's standing far enough away not to remind me. And I forget I have a big Hello Kitty boo in my hair. The ghosts want me. The ghosts want me to tell you things. So I should tell you, you shouldn't have to pay for enlightenment that much. I mean, sure, if you had to help pay rent maybe, but you don't pay them on the average $250,000 to get to OT8, and it still take you 20 years at least to do it? And if you mess up once, you get thrown all the way down to the bottom again? And you can't ask a question because it's not nice, and you'll get a knowledge report, which should tell you everything. If asking a question gets a knowledge report, you know they don't want you to be knowledgeable. Now, isn't that just a little weird? It's not like they, it's not like somebody rats on you and they call it a rat report. I can't remember what that one is called. It's a Xeno report. Who knows? Oh my God! Hi, Bob. Maddie. Who's Maddie?
Love Maddie.
Huh? Love Maddie. Hi, Love May. Oh, all the ones that look sort of like the supermodel, because the supermodel is from Papa Cat's face. I just seem to like go over. Oh my God. And then you throw up after you drink it, right? No face? This one's called the SPTV Sprite Peach Schnapps Tequila and Vanilla Liqueur with 2 slices of blood orange on the rim. That sounds like something if I was drinking, I'd barf it up. That's just wrong in so many different ways. I like that one in a really twisted way. It's like, I wonder if we could get you-know-who to do that on a Monday night.
He's always looking for suggestions.
Yeah, you should come up with some decent suggestions.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's a bartender. When I say I have a friend who's a bartender, it usually means I've known them longer than...
Where Sean used to work.
Yeah, where Sean used to work. That I've known for longer than 10 years. I've known him since before he was a bartender. That tells Papa Cat he's looking for drink ideas. Because, yeah, sometimes the drink ideas are that. You quit! Why? Oh, but you're the bartender here, okay? Now stop it. Do you know how much petting I've had to do to people this week? You did not quit, Sean. Come on, you're the one who has the nickname. That the only other people that will know about it would be Papa Cat and my Monday tag-along. So there. Oh, stop. You need to be beaten to within an inch of your life and you'll enjoy it. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you miss the family that could be your friends? Do you miss going to places and hanging out with people, not having to be back at a certain time? Do you miss that people can't openly be friends with you? Don't you want to just get out of there and break out of everything and become your own person? It's not hard, you know. It's really easy. You can leave the club and all you're going to get are phone calls, and so easy on a mobile phone nowadays, cell phone, smartphone, whatever you want to call it, whatever generation you are. You can just block the number. That's it. You don't have to put up with it anymore. Oh my God. Sorry, had to break for puppy in window. Oops, oops. That is a dog who is soaking up the sun. No, you're coming up with decent ideas though. That's the thing. That one almost sounded like it could fly. It's just weird enough. Yeah, think golf club. Come on, man, for what? Bob. What's your picture? Oh, it's a yawning cat, isn't it? Hey, my glasses are working. Oh, I don't know. So my beating will continue until my morale improves. Yes. He has positive vibes. I already told him I'd beat him until he stops being bored with himself or upset at himself. And he said the beating will commence until his morale improves. So think of it that way. Yes, we used to all work at a place called Bondage a Go-Go. Yes, we used to always work there. So freedom is better. It definitely is. Are you an ex, Bob? That would be interesting. I mean, I have the advisors because they all want to say they want to be leaders, but I think of them as advisors for real because they know what we might focus on and they know what we can catch for things that we wouldn't notice as normal, as never ends. So it's like, no, if they don't want to be leaders, they don't have to be, but they're definitely consigliores. So I have no problem with that. I don't need to have everybody say they're not doing this or that, but I would like advice. You can only learn so much from the internet. So, and you can only spend so much time on the Wayback Machine before you don't want to anymore. So, don't you wish you were having a bonfire tonight? It's actually really nice here. You could be going to the beach and having a bonfire. They have pits for it there that you can legitimately do it. And you can, there's a Safeway like a block away. And you can get everything you need. They always keep everything in stock there because people always go there before they go to the park or they go visit friends because there are houses around there, or they go to the beach, or they have picnics at 12 o'clock at night. You can do anything you want in that whole area that is not against the law. You can always find something to get at Safeway, and you can always hang out and have a good time there. And that's what you should be doing than sitting in there trying to make more money for the little one. I don't think it's right. It's not like he sits around all day and calls people to make money for you. Is that what you want with this world? Is to just sit there and do what somebody tells you to do constantly and not get any enlightenment whatsoever or any knowledge, real knowledge out of it? Because supposedly you stop understanding it like your third course in. And I guess by the end of your third course in, you learn not to ask questions, and then you're back down to your first course. So, unfortunately, people have told us that we're in there, that aren't even OTs. So, it's just not... There have been people who have reached clear after 15 years, and it really sucks. To reach clear, you get to find out you have more cooties on you, that you never, or you're not going to be devoid of cooties until OT8. At OT3, you'll get to find out about Zeno. He took a bunch of bodies and from a prison planet. He had 76 planets, and he froze them all, or cryogenically froze them all, brought them all here, dumped them in volcanoes, and this was thousands and thousands of years ago when we had a lot more volcanoes. Not that we did have more volcanoes. And then he flew DC-8s, I keep saying DC-3s, DC-8s past these volcanoes and dropped hydrogen bombs. Because for some reason, Xeno was an alien, looked like an alien, but everybody else looked like, Pleasantville. And everything around it was Pleasantville. Those planets looked exactly like our planets in the 50s. That's what, LRH said. So problem was is when he set off when Zeno set off those hydrogen bombs, all of the Cooties escaped all the volcanoes, and they just went everywhere. That's why they're floating all around us. Excuse me. So this is what LRH was supposed to do, was clear the planet. And for some reason, he didn't make it. He died before then. And it wasn't like he left the body to go do work on another planet. The body left him because he had a stroke and a heart attack. There's no negotiation on that. So he's gone. He didn't come back 21 years later. And there are places all over the United States for him to go so they could take him and, revive him. So, but as far as I know, it's not like Buddha that dies and comes back as a small person. I guess he just comes back. So children are not adults. They don't have the brain capacity for that. So unless you think their brains are in sideways, there is no way that a children can be an adult, because they'd have to have the adult cognition, and they don't until they're about 23. That's what's figured out in science. So treating your children like adults is ridiculous, because they don't understand why you're doing it. You're going to get a lot of children who just don't like you because you didn't do what you should have when you were younger, which was basically paid attention to them. The worst thing you can ever do to a child is ignore them, because it gives them no place to relax and settle down with their own selves. So I'm sure that second and third gens probably don't exist to what they should be existing to, because you ignored them and you made them angry and they don't know how to handle it. So they're gone. Freaks. Yay, Carrie Ann. Oh yeah, I'm funny. We were talking about being in frame, and he goes, I can't help it if I'm in frame. Now he's dancing for you guys. Oh my what? Happy Saturday to Sassafras. So yes, it's like, get my snarkiness, and then we giggle. Let's see, okay. What the heck was that? That was a car alarm? Has a cop... Yeah, it has a cop alarm.
It has a siren in it.
That's ridiculous. What are they stealing? Their memories? Well, I'm sure it is. But all it is a truck. That's it. It's a truck. It actually has a tool carrier in the back, so it might, but not that double, PTSD causing frickin' siren. It's like, oh my God, watching all of LA's all the time. It was just like, I used to be hypersensitive to sirens. I'm glad I don't a lot anymore. Yes, your beautiful city is gorgeous today. It is absolutely beautiful. It's finally starting to cool down. So I guess 2 o'clock is the height. Where we parked the car and got out, it was actually hotter here than it was in Alameda, where we went to brunch at with my dad. So it was like, it was really pretty. Now it's starting to cool off immediately. Yesterday was funny, driving in, because Carl, the fog, was all the way was in the bay on its way up to Vallejo, but hadn't touched any of the cities. It's really weird. So, yes you do. Yes you do. It's just me right now. And that would be really awesome. I would definitely help people get on their protesting thing. Zenu's daddy helped me, because he came here from LA, and I asked him if he was going to San Francisco, and he said, I will if you want me to. And so my very first protest was with Davey Mismanage, who I call Zenu's daddy. He does great Zenu daddy videos. So yes, I have no problem. I will teach. Yay, I grew up in Oakland. Yeah, on Alameda. When I was a kid, we called it Amity because of Jaws. Came out when I was a kid. So, Our parents would try their damnedest for us not to see it because they know we'd never go into the beach again. And I didn't. I go to the beach, but I wouldn't go in the water. So, and then there's a long diatribe to that one about radioactive islands and great whites all over the place and don't go to your knees. You know, the usual. Thank you. So, and yeah, if you grew up in Alameda, then you know you have just such a twisted sense of humor that all the natives do. Because it's like, we're gonna die somewhere. Tidal wave, great white shark, earthquake, hill catching on fire, oh well. And then when I was little, it was like, and we have probably 5 missile silos around us, so we're gonna die real fast anyway. So we talk about what would happen if the last, if you know, we went to DEF CON 1 for the war games. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Would you like to know what you owe, what you own, and what you have to work on to get your credit rating again? Because your credit rating is probably in the negative digits at this point. You know, what you need to do first is do sort of a backgroundy check on yourself. If you belong to a bank, what you should do also is to get your statement and find out if it's sent to you or if it was sent to some place that Scientology says you live. Because they may be taking all of your mail without asking, and that's mail fraud. That is a federal offense. So you should go look up where you live right now and see if it's where you live. If it's not where you live, you should find out if it's at a Scientology building. If it is, then you should get those letters. They cannot throw those away. They have to keep them because you don't live there and you're within distance of them, meaning they can send it to you in an envelope. So get your mail, go through your mail, go through if you have a bank account, go through your statement. Ask for a FICO score because all banks would love to give you one without free of charge if you have a bank. And then from there you can find out what you owe, what you don't owe. Find out how many credit cards have been taken out for you for courses. Things like that. And then once you see that, you can find out if you're in collections or not in collections. If you're in collections, you can call the collections agency and make a cycle of how to pay you back, or pay them back, which means that you can pay them whatever you can afford. Ooh, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? To every one of the agencies, and that will help your credit score go up. Because everybody needs to be able to have a piece of plastic that works nowadays because technology has just ran away. So people look at you like you're a thief if you have cash. So what you want to do is find out, start calling everywhere, find out what your credit limits are and shut those cards down. You can ask for a new card because you just say something like someone's using it and I don't want them to, which is the truth. And then you get your new card and you won't have to worry about it anymore because they'll give you a new number and they'll give you a new security number. Once you do that, you can start, if that card is still good, then you can talk to that agency or that credit card company and ask them to help you pay it off. Or how much can you pay it off to make it clear again? And usually the first credit card company you come around that you've said you're the first one that I'm doing it to will help you a lot because they would like to keep you as a customer. And if you pay your what you owe down, they will be more than delighted to keep you as a customer because they know they can get what they need from you, which is keeping their company afloat. So you do it that way. And then you call the agencies. I've heard the agencies would take 5 cents on the dollar. When I did it, it was about $1 every $5. And then you go into payment plans. And they all want you to pay it off because they all want you to be owing them more. But they want it that way because they want a responsible person. In a weird way, this will help you along in the real world because you'll be known as a responsible person who wants to fix what's going on. And you can even tell them what has been going on, and they probably will be a lot more sympathetic about it. These are regular people. And just because you think all of these people are inhuman, they're not. You'd be surprised getting a hold of a collection agency person, and if they want to help you and they can't help you, they'll bump you off up to their supervisor so he can help you. A lot of people, if you're nice to them and tell them what's really going on, will help you so much as they can. All you have to do is be nice to someone and just try to connect with them as people. I guess this is where using your Scientology skills would help, except you'd have to have humanity behind it. Freaks. What did I miss?
Sean's latest drink on Frank.
Oh, God. Oh, my
Tell me
God.
what to do.
Oh, my God. Oh, wait. Bacardi, we don't serve 151 at that bar anymore. Dry vermouth, Southern Comfort. I think they learned with me. It was my favorite. Mandarin with a tiny made from a fresh maraschino cherry wrapped around a leather as Jack cozy or your glass. Oh my God, that would be so cool for Folsom Street. Oh my God, we have to tell
It's PG, right? Yeah.
It's PG, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, no, we hardly go into R, and he knows that he's not supposed to be able to go to R. But nobody understands that anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So
As far as we know.
my Monday hangout will completely understand that. I mean, you might have given her an idea for a drink at Folsom. Folsom Street Fair is R-rated. Anyway. Yes, but that's not a leather daddy thing, hon. That's different. I'm gonna have to teach you guys all of this stuff. Most people can't anymore. Yes. No, I think that's why they don't have it at the club he works at right now, because it just got a little dicey, because there was a whole phase of like God, what was the music? We used to call it horribly Asian drunky night, because guys would bring their girlfriends in and get them drunk. Oh my God.
What did you say? They would barf out half their body weight?
Yeah, we used to always say they'd barf out half their body weight. And the thing is that once they barfed, they weren't as drunk as they were anymore either. But I think that's what got rid of the 151, was that it's just not that kind of thing you ever want to promote. It was just, it got on the owner's nerves. So he stopped doing it. And I think most of them have too, but at this point. So what? I'm going back because I let's see. Because I'm up to Sass, now we go down. Yeah, Alameda, that's funny. Mismanaged. Yeah, thank you. I know. See, Fuzz isn't here. She's on a field trip. She's on a road trip. Usually she pops up right afterwards. She found stuff that I didn't even know she could find.
I think you're mostly caught up.
Am I? Yep, I am. Okay. So, yeah, I was, and if you notice, if any of you heard in the background any of the music from the last time I walked down, it took them a while to close the door completely. The door was open that much. That's why, yeah. So it took them a while to close the door completely, and then they did not turn on the boombox.
I haven't seen that one like
Oh yeah, no. They really must have thought. Well, the thing is, it's marble. If you keep the doors closed, it should stay cool. So,
yeah.
The inside. But people think about that. They don't want their bodies to adjust to say 68. Oh. He's already hungry, and he had Thai food for lunch. Well, Thai fusion. Vietnamese Thai fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they do here nowadays. Yes. No, really? Or are you okay, you're giving definitions. That's the only definition you're allowed to give. Yeah. Yeah, the 90s and early aughts were really weird, and I have at least 2 friends who want to know how to get the brand off the back of their necks. You know one of them. So, yeah, that's when 9 Inch Nails was really popular. So, I don't remember. See, I've had a lot of stress this week from the real world, and then the little bits and pieces from the, not real world. But I am trying. I got rid of one problem today, and I think it was the biggest one. So I think it was the most important one. Everything else is doing a lot better. So, let's see. Here we go again. Oh yeah, no. The boombox went up the last time I was there. Going back to I know I just jump all over the place. And when I went back there to tell them how to fix their credit, tell them how to start to fix their credit, no boombox, nothing. I even leaned up against the door when I was about to walk away to hear if they had it on real low. No. So there's somebody in there that wants out. That I can tell you now, because they don't turn on the boombox, and they have to be influential enough that nobody will fight them to turn on the boombox, because screaming through the door crack, it's a decent door crack, you can sort of see the marble through it, or not screaming, theater voicing through a door crack echoes through the vestibule, I'm sure, because that is marble. So someone wants to know, and I need to keep that in mind. I forget that I should be going back there and doing that, because since I can't do the CSA thing because of my past, and I've picked the tax exempt and getting them out, because I can't focus on the other thing at all. It's triggering, it makes me want to hide in a corner, so it's like I can't even watch TV shows that have it in it. So I say it about once every 2 weeks why. So, but, and the person I met yesterday, oh my God, it was right before the end of my stream. I met Leo Ryan's paperboy. I know it sounds so weird, but Leo Ryan was the congressman that was killed at Jonestown. So, and that was the reason I did this. He asked me why, because they were stopping and looking, and we started talking. He asked me why I was doing this. And I said Jonestown, and he completely straightened up. He was totally in the rabbit season, like, oh, isn't everything cool? He completely straightened up when I said that. It was really weird. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get punched. And, and somewhere along the way he said, and why is it, what does Jonestown mean to you? Or why is it Jonestown? And I said, because I had to watch it 4 days in a row, pretty much 24 hours a day, because my grandmother was a news hound. And he relaxed. He was just like, oh, and I was 10, and I never wanted it to happen again. And then we talked a little bit more after that, and then he told me that, and he said they also used to do yoga with Jackie Spear, which was his assistant that was shot but not killed, next to the plane. So I told him about the memorial in Oakland, which I need to go with you guys one of these days. Actually, maybe I'll do it on a Monday, because my Monday person can now be my bodyguard, straight up. So we can go to the memorial and I can show it to you guys, because he didn't know where it was, but that's because it's in Oakland. He thought it was at the big fancy cemetery there, and I said no, it's actually at a pauper cemetery. And the reason it's there is because a lot of people had to be buried like that. You didn't have GoFundMe and things like that back in 1977. So a lot of the people were elderly on purpose from Oakland, and poor people. This is also why I do this Scientology thing, because they're doing the exact same setup. Poor people now in LA. And so a lot of them had to be buried there. And the people could take their people back, they did. So there's a memorial there. It's really nice, and it did make me cry when I went to go see it the first time I saw it. sorry, there were people walking by me that just went the opposite direction. So yeah, it's like the reasons I do this, because they treat their elderly like crap. They are trying to take advantage of the poor, and by doing it through families, which freaking Jim Jones did, they're back again. This is interesting. I think they're afraid to walk past me. I think we got somebody not to come in. Come here. I'm calling Papa Cat over. No, I think they were going to go in on the other side and the door wouldn't open because you have to pull it really hard. Sorry. Papa Cat almost sneezed in front of somebody. Or on somebody. Let's see. I wish I could even understand that. Moron.
Nothing's just sampling his own product again.
Papa Cat said you're sampling your own product again. They walked down to, there was a pair of ladies who walked down, I guess, to the door. That door doesn't open easily when it's been shut because it is a bronze door, and so it gets it breathes, so it's a little bit hard to open today. They came up back here, then they went down to where the garbage cans were because they thought that was a door, and that is not a door. I think it's probably just a place to squeeze your butt into for the janitor. And then they left. It was like, oh, we scared them. They both turned and looked at me when they were walking to the garage door. Huh? Yeah, so I have a feeling I scared them by standing here. I'm not standing in the doorway. I am standing off to the side so I can't get in trouble. You cannot call the police on me. I'm doing exactly what I was told to do. I don't want to have a list, a score of how many times I've been micro swatted. That's what Papa Cat calls it. He calls it micro swatting because I get one cop. So now I got a photographer next to me. He's walking up the street. Let's see if he turns around and takes a picture of me. Because remember, I had the guy in the Suburban take a picture of me. So it's like they use the young ones for some reason. The guy in the Suburban looked like a gas jockey for real. I mean, and that's what I mean by gas jockey is that he takes the livery cars to get gassed up. So that's what he looked like. So there were people walking this way. I didn't want to have to put them on the camera. Okay, now we see. He's just walking, and he walked past the door, so he's probably just a rabbit. So, oh yeah, and speaking of rabbit, oh, I've been watching her the past couple of days. It's been fun. I don't understand one of the things she's talking about, but it gets to be fun when I'm trying to figure out what her true crime thing she's talking about is. Sometimes it makes me feel even a little cold. So, because I love it. She talks about, you know, what's going on, the things she's covered, and it's like, it's terrifically awesome. Oh, wow. There's a husky across the street, guys. So. Okay. So. Yes. Protesting Scientology.
As a protest?
Yes. Thank you. A couple with a passel of kids that just went by me. I made sure I didn't put any of them on the screen. I think they were going to go in this front door. So unfortunately, I think they're going to go in the back door. The guy asked me, filming, I said yes. He said, for what? I said, protesting Scientology. He said, protesting? I said, yes. He said, okay. But he's got way too many kids to be walking around with just kids. So we'll see. Oh, I can't believe me think I was going to film them. One of the kids looked like they were about to walk in the door and he made them turn. See, this is the crap I don't like because I so want to yell at that. But I'm not going to mess up children. Now they're all going to the restaurant next door. The numbers don't match with how many children they're walking. Usually when a person has that many children, they're in a car and it's the sons, daughters, and cousins. So, because they could be all related. What? I gotta talk now through this. Oh, there's a chihuahua on this scooter we missed. So, yeah, they're probably all belong at Scientology, but they're trying to hide. What am I at? I'm at 50, so I can't leave yet either. We can close our eyes and scream or simply throw our arms up in the air and enjoy the ride. For what? The recent outage, I put a kettle on until I didn't. So, what are you two talking about? Anything but just on my leg for dinner. Yes. No, that's not a dad joke. That's a Marx Brothers joke. Sorry. Love Marx Brothers. Love Marx Brothers. Love Three Stooges. Hell, if I could, I would watch old... oh, God. What was Groucho? What did he... The game show. What's my line? Yes. I was going to say, I'm sure your dad actually watched that one. His very highly intelligent dad. I was sure he would watch something from back then. He was part of the World War II crowd. Where? Where? Oh! Oh, look there. I think he's a little chunky. Can you see? No, now he's peeing. Why is it you always, when you start watching them, they always start doing, things you don't want to watch them doing? Ah, car. Boring. I missed the rest of the corgi, didn't I? Let's see. Yeah, no more corgi. So, it's his fault. It's a grandfather joke. You read that. If that's what you're talking about, nebulous with the children, yes, because I refuse to hassle children. I remember things like being at Synanon when I was 4. So, and that was people being really nice and there were angels around me. Synanon started as a drug rehabilitation program. And all of the people who were in it had to wear white robes. So things like Christmas parties, and they had parties for stuff. And all I remember is the angels all around me. And I found a picture, and my brother was like, "Oh, those were the people at Synanon." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I still have my mother's emblem. She had a medallion for Synanon, and I still have it. This was way before the Cobras. So, which I'm finally going to watch a show. I was going to wait for my brother because he wanted to see it, because he belongs to reunion groups for Synanon. And do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you wish you were doing something else but promoting having children in here? You better not have them playing near the front anymore, because if another one comes out, I'm going to call CPS immediately. Not even going to play with, "Oh, I hope the child gets in last time," because you guys had the audacity to tell me get off your steps or you call the cops. And then I told you, you call the cops, I call CPS. Which the last policeman thought was really interesting when I said that. Because I was explaining to him what I was quote unquote doing wrong. Because I showed him and told him how. That's why he came in after me. So there was nothing to confess to, because it was chalk paint marker, dude. Dude, you can totally tell him in California. I think the kids are still there. Damn it. And they were all at that age too. They all looked like, that's why I was saying sisters and brothers and cousins, because they all looked about, between 6 and 8 or 5 and 8. And I know we ran around as a passel when we were all around the same age. Hey, there were two parents there. One parent got us. So, anyway. Oh my God, here we go. I'm glad I only have 5 more minutes. Oh my God, all of you guys are just going to gang up on me, aren't you? You're pretty smart being a girl. That's all I have to say to you. Jesus. And I'm the dumb one in my family, okay? Well, I'm the dumb one between me and my brothers. I wouldn't say anything about my cousins. She ticked me off last weekend. My beautiful long-legged cousin's a bozo. She'd accept it if we were alone. We got around the family and she just totally got her like old lady I know everything on, and I'm just like, oh my God, it's never changed. So I only want to see her when it's just me and her. I don't see them, so that's a good thing. Sorry, dead air, I know. Blame Aaron. It's Aaron's fault. I still like saying that because we know what we mean by it's Aaron's fault. And he knows what we mean by that. Like other people are like, they're blaming Aaron. I'm like, no, you don't get it. There was one day. You had to be there. Excuse me. So, well, Suki was here and gone. She's always keeping an eye out for Pumpkin for me. And it's like, I'm probably going to have to name it Pumpkin. Our pets are now named after first ladies, but I want a boy for a dog because I want to know when they go to the bathroom on my stuff. Girls can just sneak around. How's that for something off in the ether? So I hope you aren't sitting in there indoctrinating children to do what you guys have no talent to do yourself. I did yell on that one, didn't I? Yeah. Definitely Aaron's fault. Yeah, but I belong to the cult of Aaron. Where's I need to get, weirdly enough, I could probably get a big piece of round granite at the antique fair tomorrow for relatively cheap. I can't remember what my hat's supposed to be, but I have a spatula. So, make a rituals. What do you have rituals on? Table, but not a table. It's a. I married the straightest man on the planet, even though he's a goth DJ. So it's fun sometimes. A ritual place, and I think it may have some stuff when I was pretending to be a pagan. I have no religious inclination whatsoever, and so when I come out of things, it's like when I was pretending to be a. So, and of course we have a witchy shop near us, so it's even fun then. I keep looking for the kids. It's like, I'm like, Carrie Ann the other day was always trying to get soda for me, and it's hilarious, and I laugh like crazy, but I'm doing the exact same thing, except now I'm looking for the kids. So, welcome to Hell Come. Is that like, my father, when he'd have me on Sundays, would take me to, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Hellenbach Park. I didn't go to Hellenbach Park, ever. He promised every single time. I was 10 years old when I said it incorrectly and got it. I was mad. It was like finding out there was no Santa Claus. I sat in the back of that VW because I fit in the back. I sat in that hole and I was just grumpy for a while. My father didn't realize I could be just like my mother. There's a small cold streak in my family that can be turned on at any moment. So, I know, this wasn't much. Huh? Oh my God, hi Susie, you were so cool. Oh my God, I wish you the ground you walk on yesterday, woman. Oh my God. I just sat there and watched it. My mouth was open half the time. So thank you so much. Being a second focus of that, it was nice to see that people are believing other people finally. So back to where it was. What was that? Hellenbach Park. Don't ever do that to your children. They'll be very mad. The husband says it to me occasionally, and I said, don't. So I'm going to take a walk down this street. I hope those kids aren't in there. And unfortunately, I know they all were probably cousins, is because the dad was mixed race and mom was brown, and the kids ranged in the whole rainbow. So, and one of the kids had his dad's hair, but it was blonde. It's like, that's always amazing. But growing up in Oakland, you know, it's like, those are probably kids and cousins, kids and nephews and nieces. But it's like probably dying to go into the center, and he can't because I'm here, because those kids look like he was done. Yeah, no, he asked me if I was filming. I said, yes, Scientology protest. He's like, good luck with that. And then but I could have swore I saw one kid turn into the door and he made him go away. I didn't do that. Ooh, I'm Carrie Ann, you're supposed to tell me. Yeah, that's your job, Carrie Ann. I didn't do that graffiti. So, and I didn't rip everything out of the walls or off the poles. Okay, these ones are, wow, they really need to clean these windows. Wow. Oh, and when the guy who closed the door, when he came in the door and I said, you need to unlock that one on the other side, he just sort of shook his head, and I'm like, great, now we have to get a hold of, one of these days, hell, I'm just going to walk into the big firehouse that they have next to here, about a block away, and go, do you know what those guys are doing? See? Hear the boombox? You can barely hear the boombox. So when I was talking about, you know, your credit and how to fix it, you know, once you do that, you should actually start at the library and, you know, wear none of the clothes that you wear to the library or to here. Everything. You should have a completely, utterly different set of clothes to wear to the library. Then you go on their websites, so you won't be connected to here at all, and you look up what you own. You look up what you owe. You look up what information is being used for anything else, because you may own a building. You never know. You probably do own a lot of like debt on credit cards, because you know they can do that with the information they have about you. But you got to make sure that you're getting all this mail, because it's a federal crime otherwise. Oh, you don't want to hear about it anymore? You don't want to hear about how you can get a prepaid credit card to be considered a real, like, credit card holder? You don't want to know about your ATM card that you can use as a real credit card, because cash is going away, people. You're going to have to be on the system soon, freaks. Someone got outed. Somebody found out who it was, I bet. Because the boombox actually went down for a minute and then went right back up. So I bet you $100 the person who turned down that boombox is now going to be going somewhere else. But I don't know them. That's the thing. I don't have their faces down. All I have is the one who, as I always say, used to be cute, but now just looks haggard. Oh, okay, cool. Lurking's fine. Yes, thank you for unlurking. I know, isn't it horrible? I just, you know, and the thing is, I have enough friends who love these kinds of buildings, who would love to spend a week in here just to fix it so it doesn't fall apart. And you know what? We get the cops called on us. You know it. And I bet you even the cops would be mad that they'd have to come. But then again, a cop is a cop, so you could actually, you know, figure out when cameras are down and things, and goes, you know, you can do this then. I wouldn't be surprised, because yeah, this side of the building, the sun side, is disintegrating, and it's horrible. So yes, very much so. I know. See, you caught it late. Papa Cat caught it before you did. Usually you tell me. He told me first. I know. It's just, I don't know what. Let me see. Because I finally figured out how it doesn't overheat now. I can see it a little bit better. I turned up the thing, but I have to have 2 apps running to keep my gimbal and my phone from overheating. So that was why I wasn't doing a lot of the other side. At my age, it's like, okay, well, I hope I don't get weather beaten, but I'm doing it for a reason. So, oh my God. Where is it? I don't see it. Oh my God, someone just cheered because of it. Yeah. Oh, it was my childhood. Yeah. Yeah, because of the lowriders.
You put that steering wheel back where it belongs.
Exactly. Oh my God. So, totally understaffed. Oh yeah, it's understaffed. I only have me to protest right now. I would love more people. I will teach people how to do it. No problem. I'll train like a mofo and then try to get it to where we have more people around more, or one person more often, because it's completely safe around here. I can say at least until 5 o'clock. I bet you it's safe after that because it's commute. But this is old Lawyer Row. It's also the edge of the financial district. So Chinatown is 1 block over there, and SF tries to take as much care as they can for their tourist areas because we're trying to get our tourists back up. This is like down the street where the stop sign is where fancy people buy cute fancy things. So one of my favorite places on the planet Earth when I'm here is that deli, which has, according to Papa Cat, the best brown butter cookies on the planet. And then the other one, the cafe over here, has a kick-ass $6 bottle of water. But you know what? It makes them know who I am. And the people at my cookie place say they see me. First time I walked in, they're like, oh yeah, I see it, it's fun. So that's what I'm also doing, is keeping up the rapport with the neighborhood. So, and that's what we all should do. Because when they leave, something, you know, hey, got to try to keep this place around here. That's like the next thing to think of. You always think positively. I'm thinking maybe a couple of years before they leave here, even though they have a lease with them until 2036. I looked it up. Yeah, a lease with them for till 2036. Yeah, so we'll just have to, like, just drive them crazy, I guess, you know, just protest. So it's not hard to protest around here. It's flat. It's pretty. There are places to eat. There's a Sephora 3 blocks away. I know but hey, everybody wears makeup nowadays. So, you know, I see more done eyebrows on everybody nowadays. Thank you, Bob. My other Bob. This is a guy I know, Bob. Okay, everybody try to come up with a raid for me, and we'll sit here and I will yell at them for the raid. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you miss your chosen family? See, the ghosts are helping here. They want you to see me and hear me. And that's because they want you out of there. They want you doing something positive with your life, instead of sitting here making money for a guy with a Napoleon complex who took over underhandedly at the age of 25. I guess it'd be a good age. From people who could have done a decent job and would have perpetuated this place into something probably decent, so he could turn it into a big tax shelter. What do you think happens when everything falls apart? He's taking all the money and running. He'll either go to his own island or he'll go to a country that likes him for the moment. He doesn't seem to be exceptionally bright, but he's probably bright enough to know when to leave a country that's not going to like him. So you guys will all be out here on your ear, don't know what to do. You should start Leave Now. The sptvfoundation.org, sptvfoundation.org, thesptvfoundation.com, sptvfoundation.com. They will all help you in coming and attaining a new life. You can find a job. You have administrative skills. And you probably wouldn't even need a reference for this, because if you go to a placement agency, they will test you on their own. And if they like you, they will definitely come and take you. So if they tell you you cannot survive out here, or if they tell you that the job that you have if you're a public at night is the only one you can get, they're wrong. Just with your administrative skills alone and your sales skills, you could probably get a decent job. You won't die, you won't fall apart, you won't get pneumonia. This place won't fall apart, unfortunately, and they will not lose all their money. God knows they probably have a ton of money. They have a lot of buildings that don't do anything, which in one state they are paying taxes on the building because they've let it deteriorate, and it was almost, I know it sounds weird, but almost a landmark because it was a Masonic temple. They just didn't get to it in time and realize what was going on, so they can make you change it and keep it up. So they're probably going to have to tear down the building, but you're definitely going to be paying for that parcel of land now. So as far as I know, he hasn't sold it. I'll look it up tonight and see. So, do you really want to be in there having to shill for a little guy who wants to have everything? He makes 6 figures. I figure you guys make 4, if you're lucky. So, do you really, really, really want to be working for a man who has everything and you barely have shoes? I saw the other person who went to the Ferry building last week, and his sneakers were pretty grubby. That's how I could tell who ran the place and who didn't, because the guy he was standing next to had perfect shoes. It sounds a really easy way to find a person out, but you can. So it shows you guys aren't being necessarily taken care of in there. The executives are being taken care of, but you lowly people still have to try to look your best while you can't afford it. You should just come out of there and get a new life, because this one is not doing you well. You're not learning anything that you're retaining. You're not learning anything that is not confusing. You're not getting farther along with it than you want to. You keep having to buy revived editions of the courses you just took. Think about it. You're just being drug along. And they want to pretend that you are someone and somewhere when you're basically in San Francisco. You only have one protester. That should pretty much tell you something. So, the reason we're not on the news, guys, is because neither one of us is important. Get it? Have a nice day, freaks. Yes, we do. And so who are we? What? Z News KC. Okay. Tell them a room raid from Brain Fog. Awesome, Carrie Ann. Yes, Osa. I don't have a place to do it. Wait. Are you listening? So, okay, guys, I've got to go on the pyramid. See, he's even yelling it from there. Go on the pyramid. Say goodbye until tomorrow.
We moose up there someday.
Yes, we're thinking about Fuzz on our road trip. She's greatly appreciated. And Jen didn't show up. Oh well. We should be here tomorrow later than normal. I think Sundays would probably be 3 or 4. I'll actually put something in the community when we're crossing the bridge, because we have the antique show or antique fair. It's a vintage flea market thing to go to tomorrow first, because I'm looking for my master's voice, Nipper from RCA. So You get, or maybe even like a ball to use for the cultivarin. So, because it's fun, that's why. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Ciao, Bellas.